Okay, so Forex trading. It's huge GE, right?
Right.
And kind of mysterious, to be honest. This whole global market running 24/7, how does that even work?
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
Feels like the Wild West sometimes,
Well, I wouldn't say it's the Wild West,
Okay, okay.
but it's definitely not like, your typical stock exchange
Right, right.
where you've got one main governing body, keeping an eye on everything.
So if it's not the Wild West, and it's not like a regular stock exchange, what is it? How is Forex regulated?
That's a great question, and it's exactly what we're diving into today.
We are, oh right, this deep dive. Using this article from orrex.com.
Exactly.
What are the Forex regulations in trading? Catchy.
It's a good one,
Yeah.
and it gets right to the heart of things. One of the first things you'll realize is that Forex is decentralized,
Decentralized, meaning what exactly?
meaning it's not regulated by one single global entity. Instead, you have a whole network of different organizations all around the world, each overseeing their own jurisdictions.
Okay, so instead of one big boss, it's more like what? A global team of regulators
Exactly.
working together
Yeah.
to make sure everything is above board.
To a certain extent, yes. Each of these regulatory bodies is essentially responsible for creating a framework for trading.
A framework.
Yeah, so that things are fair and transparent within their specific region or country.
Which makes sense, I guess, because Forex trading crosses borders like it's nothing, right?
Exactly. That's why it's so important to understand this whole regulatory landscape, especially if you're thinking about getting into Forex trading yourself.
So this is important stuff. But choosing a broker must be tricky, right? Since there's no single global standard, you need to understand the regulations specific to where you're actually trading.
You're telling me. It can seem daunting, but
Yeah.
that's why we're here, right?
To break it down, make it simple.
Exactly, to make it clear, so you can be informed.
All right, then, let's do it. How do we even begin to understand this whole global network of Forex regulators?
Well, the article highlights some major players. Like, for instance, if you're trading in Australia,
Austria, okay.
you're going to want to know about ASIC,
ASIC.
the Australian Securities and Investments Commission.
Okay, ASIC, got it. Who else is out there keeping things in line? So we've got ASIC down in Australia keeping an eye on things.
Right, ASIC is a big one.
Are there similar organizations in other parts of the world?
Oh, yeah, definitely. In the UK, you've got the Financial Conduct Authority,
Okay.
the FCA,
FCA, got it.
and then over in the US,
So the U.S., okay.
it's actually not just one organization.
Oh,
You've got two major players over there.
two, okay.
The National Futures Association,
The what? Sorry, what was that again?
the National Futures Association, or NFA for short.
NFA.
And then you've also got the Commodities Futures Trading Commission.
Wow, a mouthful.
That's the CFTC.
NFA, CFTC. Okay, I think I got it. But what are these organizations actually doing?
Right.
It's one thing to have these watchdogs, but what are they watching for?
Okay, so think of it this way. Before a Forex broker can even open its doors
Yeah,
to traders like you,
like me, okay.
they need to prove they can play by the rules.
Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense.
And that means meeting some pretty strict requirements.
Like what?
Well, we're talking about capital requirements, for starters,
Capital requirements.
which basically means showing that they have enough money to handle the ups and downs of the market.
So like they're financially stable.
Exactly. They can cover potential losses and all that, making sure they can actually operate soundly.
Right, so you're not handing your money over to some company that's one bad trade away from shutting down.
Exactly. That's not what we want.
No, thank you.
And, it doesn't stop there.
Oh.
These regulatory bodies also conduct audits.
Audits.
Yeah, like regular checkups.
Okay.
Making sure the brokers are handling client funds responsibly and everything.
Ah, I see. So it's not just a one-time thing. They're constantly being monitored.
Exactly. To make sure they're sticking to all the guidelines on
Right.
everything from risk management to how they communicate with their clients and all that.
So it's like having like a financial watchdog,
Yeah.
making sure your money's being treated right.
Exactly. You got it.
That is pretty reassuring, honestly, when you're dealing with something as like volatile as Forex.
For sure. It can be a wild ride.
Yeah, you don't want to add any unnecessary worries to the mix.
Exactly. And that's why I think the article brings up a really good point.
What's that?
This whole thing about transparency.
Transparency.
Yes. A good Forex broker shouldn't shy away from regulations.
Okay.
They should embrace them.
Embrace the regulations, right?
Be upfront about it all. Their licensing, who's regulating them, how they're managing your money, all of it. That's a sign, I think, that they value their clients and that they're playing by the rules.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's something I'd want to look for. clear information about their regulatory status.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper. Do your own research.
Oh, yeah, good point. So don't just take their word for it.
Right, right. Look into their history, see what kind of reputation they have in the industry.
Okay.
Any red flags, any past issues. It's like, think of it like choosing a contractor to work on your house.
Oh, okay, I see.
You wouldn't just hire the first one who says, oh yeah, we're licensed, don't worry about it.
No, definitely not. I'm checking online reviews, asking for referrals, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. Same principle with Forex brokers. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's your money on the line. You have every right.
To be thorough, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, moving from choosing a broker, let's talk about the actual trading itself for a second.
Okay.
These regulatory bodies, they also have a really important role, making sure the market itself is fair.
The market itself. Okay, so it's not just about who you trade with,
Right.
but the environment you're trading in.
Yes, exactly. Like you don't want a rigged game, right?
Right. Of course not.
So what kind of things are they doing?
What are they doing?
One of the biggest things, and this is something the article focuses on, is preventing market manipulation.
Market manipulation, okay.
Yeah. Things like insider trading, where someone is profiting off of confidential information.
Insider trading, yeah, I've heard of that. Illegal.
Very illegal, yeah.
Not good.
Or another example is price fixing,
Price fixing.
where big players collude to kind of artificially inflate prices or deflate them.
Putting the little guy at a disadvantage.
Exactly, giving themselves an unfair advantage.
Yikes, that sounds shady. So how do regulators actually prevent that from happening?
Well, for starters, they have pretty sophisticated surveillance systems.
Yeah.
Looking for any kind of suspicious trading activity.
Right, they're watching.
Always watching. And they have the power to investigate and actually prosecute if they have to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, individuals or firms that are engaged in this kind of shady stuff.
Wow, so it's serious business.
Oh, yeah, it's serious stuff. And those regulations are there to protect you.
That is good to know. It's like, they're the referees of the Forex market, making sure everyone is playing by the rules.
100%. That's a great way to think about it. They're there to ensure a level playing field and just protect the integrity of the whole market.
So that I, the trader,
You, the trader.
can participate and, have a certain level of confidence.
Exactly. Exactly. Knowing that things are being overseen,
That peace of mind is invaluable, honestly. Especially when you're talking about something as fast-paced as Forex.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And potentially risky.
Absolutely.
Speaking of risk, though, are there any regulations around how brokers manage risk?
That's a great question.
Because, leverage and all that, I know it can magnify your profits, but it can also magnify your losses.
Oh, absolutely. And regulators are very aware of that.
Okay, good.
The risks associated with leverage are huge. So they've implemented a lot of different rules, actually.
To, mitigate those risks.
Yes, exactly. To mitigate those risks,
Yeah.
especially for new traders.
Right, who are maybe just starting out.
Exactly. They're still learning the ropes. So yeah, there are rules about things like how much leverage brokers can actually offer.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So they might set limits, then, on how much leverage you can get.
They might, yeah. Especially for less experienced clients. It's all about promoting responsible trading, making sure the market is fair and accessible for everyone.
So it's like having a safety net
Yeah,
to prevent people from getting in over their heads.
precisely. You got it.
So, knowledge is power when it comes to Forex.
100%, yeah.
The more you understand how this whole thing works, the better decisions you can make.
Absolutely. And understanding the regulations, even though it might seem kind of behind the scenes, it can actually give you a real edge.
Okay. Interesting. So, how so?
Well, just think about everything we've talked about today. It really highlights how important it is to choose your broker carefully.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Those regulatory badges they display.
Right.
Those aren't just for show.
Right. They actually mean something.
They mean a lot. They represent a real commitment to, transparency and accountability and all that.
Yeah, they got to walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Exactly. When you see a broker prominently displaying those licenses, it's a signal that they've been vetted.
Okay.
They've gone through the ringer. They're committed to upholding those standards. It shows they take this seriously. Ethical conduct, client protection, all of it.
So as we wrap up here then, what's the one thing you would want to leave someone with? Someone brand new to Forex. What's the most important takeaway for them?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd tell them to go into it with a healthy mix of both excitement and caution.
Okay. So be excited about the possibilities.
Yes. Get pumped about Forex, absolutely. It's exciting stuff, but don't let that overshadow the importance of doing your research.
Right, right. Don't get blinded by dollar signs.
Exactly. Look into those brokers, really do your homework, understand what's at stake.
Ask questions, all that.
Yes. Never be afraid to ask questions. The more you know, the better off you'll be.
It's like that old saying, measure twice, cut once.
Right, right.
Except in Forex, it's more like,
Research thoroughly, trade wisely.
there you go. I like that.
Gotta love a good rhyme.
Exactly. But yeah, no, you're right. Forex trading is exciting. It can be super rewarding, but it's not something to just jump into blindly.
Oh, no, definitely not.
You really have to understand how it works.
You said it. And, those regulations we've been talking about, those are there to protect you.
They are there to protect me, the trader.
You got it.
It's like guardrails, then, on this whole, like, fast-paced highway of Forex trading.
There you go. A perfect analogy.
Making sure everyone has a fair shot.
Exactly. And that people are trading responsibly.
Responsibly, yes. Okay, I love it. So there you have it. As you continue on your Forex journey, remember what we talked about today. Do your research, pick your broker carefully, and never underestimate the power of knowledge, right?
Yes. Knowledge is power.
And a healthy dose of caution never hurts.
Never hurts.
They're your best tools, really, in this whole wild world of Forex.
100%. They'll serve you well.
All right, well, with that, I think we've done it. We've reached the end of our deep dive into Forex regulations. Hopefully you found it insightful and are feeling a little more confident, maybe, about navigating this whole exciting, ever-evolving world of currency trading.
Hear, hear, hear.
Until next time.